What do you think about Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios? Who do you think wins that fight?
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Right, he better. He better. He better. Let me think about it. Let me think about it from a logical standpoint, real quick. Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios, kind of tall. No, it's a chance that Mario Barrios can win that fight. It's a
Right.
chance Mario Barrios can win that fight.
What do you
Very
see?
good chance, Mario. Cause I don't think Ryan Garcia. He probably used to be a good boxer. I don't think he's a good boxer at all no more. I don't know where he got lost at, but all that booty roll and all maybe the trainer switching, and he seems unsure what he want to do.
Yeah, they
You
just
know,
told me his dad just told me that they're not going to be using Derek James for this fight.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He seems unsure about what he wants to do. You feel what I'm saying? Like a fighter got to have an identity. A fighter got to have an identity. He got to have who he is, what he is. Whether you're an aggressive fighter, are you a counter puncher? Are you a boxer puncher? Are you an in and out type? Like what are you? Are you a counter puncher? You got to have something. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I'm always against switching up trainers and shit like that. Like your trainer knows you. He knows you through and through. I know Brian Norman Jr. through and through. When he trained with Byron Oglesby, that's my guy who y'all might see with him that some people say look like Carl Winslow. That's the only trainer he got. That's me and Byron Oglesby. Those are my sons' only trainer they gonna be his only trainers. Unless we use strength and conditioning trainers like my boy Alejandro Gonzalez or my boy, even my boy Tef. Tristan Ellis in Dallas, we used him before, whatever else. But like outside of them and outside of strength and conditioning or whatever, as far as like boxing training, it's just me and Byron. You feel what I'm saying? And Byron just came in after Giovanni Santillana. You ain't never see Byron nowhere around nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So, and that's just to help me out. So I look at it like I'm there. I'm there, period. So when they punching, when they running, I may not be there. When they sprinting, I may not be there. You feel what I'm saying? Strength and conditioning, I may not be there. When it's boxing, I'm there. When it's boxing, when it's technique, when it's what I want you doing, when I want, that's we created Brian Norman Jr. together, meaning me and Brian Norman. Me and Brian Norman Jr. created what he is together as a whole. So I learned him and I know that machine through and through. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want nobody trying to change that. I don't like when people try to give him different instructions that's outside of what he is. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna change him, or I don't do that. So I'm right there. So I'm listening. I'm listening. Okay, does that hinder this? Nah, we don't do that. That's why when people ask me about Devin Haney changing all this. No, these people don't know him. No, you feel what I'm saying? So again, I don't think right back to Ryan Garcia. I don't think he has a strong identity and a strong confidence of who he is. You've seen that clearly in the Roller Romero fight. You've seen that clearly in the Roller Romero fight. He just doesn't have a strong identity of himself. That's all. Like I said, he bully rolling, turning around. Like you can't counter punch off that. You know what I mean? Like, what we doing here, man? You know what I'm saying? So I got Barrios Mike, and he might either Ryan gonna knock him out or Barrios gonna win him. I'm gonna beat him on decision.
What you think about the MMA scandal talking about that over 100 rig fights and now the FBI is involved?
I ain't hear about that.
But what's your thoughts on it?
I always question it because of the fact that it's too many people and everybody too flaky. That's just like when you do a crime with your homeboy, he always get caught and you have to get told on. You feel what I'm saying? So the more people you add, the more likely you are to get told on. So that's what it's conspiracy theories and everything else. I've never been a big fan of those because I'm like, it's too many people you got to keep quiet. And ain't nobody gonna keep quiet. Somebody gonna tell somebody. Like even, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna run their mouth. You feel me? So I've never been a big fan of scandals. I'm always questionable scandal. I'm like, so you mean to tell me for 10 years, y'all, or however many years this was, I'm like, you mean to tell me for such amount of time, y'all was able to keep all these goddamn people quiet? I ain't believing it. So I'm always skeptical of them. So I don't know, because I don't trust people. That's why if any crime I ever do, anything I ever do, you better believe I'm solo dolo. It ain't gonna be nobody but me. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't, yeah, nah. I don't trust people. Definitely not trust 5, 10, 20 people that needs to know. Nah, it would have been caught, man. So I'm always skeptical of them. I don't know if it's true. I don't know any details about it other than what you're telling me right now. But
They're
if
under
it's something,
investigation.
I mean, then we'll see what it is. Then I mean, if somebody, everybody must have been paid pretty goddamn good or something. But I
And
guarantee
Dana
you,
White had responded as well, saying that we're gonna cooperate whatever the FBI needs. We're
I
gonna.
guarantee you. I tell you what. Then I guarantee you, what happened was a tip from one of the motherfuckers who was involved. In. How about
Mm.
that? Because I said people always telling. People always telling. They never snitches everywhere. They always telling. Hey, look, how many times girls and guys cheat on their others with each other, then one of them tell on somebody. Like, come on, bro, it happens. Nah, I don't trust people. I don't trust people at all. No. So
When
I don't know. I'm always skeptical of them.
bringing that to boxing, Lou DiBella says that he doesn't feel like at the level of like a Terrence Crawford and Canelo, those type of things wouldn't happen. But if you look at the undercard type of deal, you know, a lot of people are betting on rounds of what you're gonna knock out. You know what I mean? You could probably knock
Yeah, I
somebody
can
out in
see
the
that.
second
Yeah,
round, but I'm gonna wait till like the fifth round because that's where my bet's at.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. Hell yeah, I can see that.
But
Yeah.
in the UFC, you got a lot of grappling, so it's like you could choke me seeing you. I just be like, fuck it. I can still breathe, but I'm out of here. You know?
Right, right. Yeah, I can see that. I can tell you, I can see that. Like I said, depending on the lesser involved, the better. But I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. I can see in boxing or anything else, you carrying a person for a certain round. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, with my fight, I lost a bet because I bet on the wrong. We won the fight, but I bet on the wrong round, so I still lost my bet. So yeah, I can definitely see that happening. I can see that. I can see
Uh,
that.
what's your reaction on Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis fight not happening? Do you feel like it's something that's good because not a lot of people there wasn't much of attraction on it. There was not a lot of ticket sales, and due to the ticket sales is kind of the reason why they kind of stopped the fight. Because Lou DiBella made a great point. If it's 80% sold, it's different than when it's 40% sold. And when you're dealing with someone that doesn't want to do media obligations and is giving you a hard time, not showing up on time, you give that leverage of saying, listen, we're not going to entertain this. But in the same time, it's a double standard because, yeah, it's a pending case, but you had Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. We all know what happened there at once upon a time. We all know that Tank, had these problems. So why even, prep the fight anyway? You know what I mean? Why even do it anyway? But considering that the ticket sales are so low, there's the reason why it's canceled. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. Like I said, I was one of the ones that thought that it was good for boxing, and only reason I thought it was good for boxing is because I think that anything that brings eyes to boxing is good for boxing. So if you put boxing on Netflix and you interest people and you catch them with the undercard or catch some undercard fights, and the fighters that's on the undercard gain new fans, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's why I always think stuff like that is good for boxing. So I don't really have no take on what happened. The story I heard about what Tank did is crazy, like crazy. Like he needs some therapy if he actually did that. Did you hear what they saying he did?
I heard a lot from, my sources are like real close to Jake's team and shit. And yeah, I heard a lot.
Yeah, they're saying he was a 20-year-old girl. She was a bartender in a gentleman in a strip club, right? This is
Yeah.
what I heard. I heard a 20-year-old girl bartender in a strip club. I heard that's pretty much why that possibly wasn't criminal charges because she wasn't supposed to be no
No,
bartender
no.
in it.
I own the club and you only need to be 18 years old to be a bartender and server.
They have your liquor license?
Yes.
Okay, okay, bet. Yeah, yeah,
So
okay.
that's false.
Okay. All right, well, cool. You clear that up. Well, I appreciate
But
that.
I'll give you something
Well,
that you guys probably don't know. That girl that it happened to, I guess that her mother is a lieutenant.
mm,
Yeah.
he fucked up, man. He fucked up. I don't know why these boys be doing this shit by these females, man. I don't get, man. Look, that's why I tell my boy, man, don't get into that. I pointed out, to be honest with you, that might have been the biggest, that I know it was. Fuck that, might have been. The biggest thing I ever taught my sons, both of them, from the very start was about women. And I'm not saying that to down them or nothing else. to show them that if you look at any downfall, it's not to say they don't uplift you or nothing like that, but if you look for any downfall, it's gonna be something that's associated with the woman. That's whether you play yourself off the street for a woman, that's whether you went and made some babies, that's whether you lost focus because of a woman, it's because of that little hole. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. So I pointed it out to him from the start. And I was like, bro, don't lose focus on none of this shit because that's gonna come and go. That's gonna come and go. I told both my boys that. That's gonna come and go. That ain't nothing, man. And that was the best thing I could have taught them. Even I still tell other guys today, they're like, well, yeah, you're right, because this is happening. So many people that had babies, now they get in apartments, talking about my girl tripping about I can't spend time. Best thing, man. Best thing, man. Y'all better keep your eyes on the prize. Them girls, males and females, they gonna come and go. But you better go on and get your shit together early. That's all.
Yeah, no, I mean the money. A lot of people say the money can change you. There's nothing that you can do when you have that certain amount of money, and when it comes down to females and stuff like that, money and females kind of go hand in hand a lot. So
Exactly.
yeah, you have everything under control now, but when these millions are in the account, the fame, it's a lot to handle at times for somebody.
I don't know that line. I'm gonna say this. Me personally, again, I'm not being funny. Like I've
And what I
always been
meant by
single.
saying that is just getting involved with just any female. Like money will do that to you, that you'll just be involved with certain relationships. I don't want
So
people to take it like, yo, Mills, you're an activist of, this hitting women. I don't want it to be nothing like that. I don't agree on none of that, but
well, again, like I said, I've always been well off. I've always been well off. I've always been. I watch girls in particular because of that, and I teach my boys the same thing. Like since I was 21, I've been good. So I've always, I always dissect women. Like, why she here? What's she here for? What's she trying to get? What's she trying to do? You feel what I'm saying? So I mean, I always dissect them. I don't care how much money I got. So I don't know, man. I teach my boys to do the same. I teach them not to be tricking off. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just going out spending no money on no females. We ain't into that. We ain't into that at all. So hopefully my boy hold true. When he get all these M's or whatever the hell in his account, and like I said, he been having money for a minute now, and he makes sure everything is everything, and make sure what his girl stay honest. He make sure everything cool. Ain't nobody tricking up on you, baby. Go to work. I see you when you get off.
G GHBTV says you can't tell Norman Senior thinking about his last chick. Fucking
Nah.
funny.
But yeah, he just hey, bro, listen, Greg. But listen to me. When it comes to chicks, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You couldn't even understand my life, man. Nigga, my life could be in a book. But I'm so serious, bro. If I told y'all stories, we'd be out, man. My life could be in the book, man. You feel what I'm saying? Some people may call me, they think I am what I am now, but I'm like, hey man, look, listen, I've been here, man.